Welcome everyone to another episode with Finish Line TC Services. I'm here with my partner Jay. And we have a very special guest, someone that is actually on our team. We have Jason Bates in the back, and we're going to bring him onto the stage. Hi, Jason. How are you?
I am phenomenal. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Very
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Awesome. First of all, I want to thank you both for having me on here. I think what you're doing is incredible, getting the word out there and letting people know how we can provide value to investors out there. So first of all, thank you for that. A little bit about me. This isn't my first avenue in the business world. I owned the martial arts school from 2012 to 2019 in Northern California. And then, of course, I survived 2 wildfires and 2 layoffs and decided I needed to get out of California. So I ended up selling my business, that martial arts school, to my business partner, and she's doing phenomenal to this day. So she's really done a good job taking off of that. And then about 2 years ago in 2022, I was looking at my 401k and going, I just don't know how I'm going to retire on this. It just didn't seem like enough, right? So I got into real estate, decided to go the creative route because I just couldn't see an avenue of doing it with, with conventional finance. And that was just the beginning. That springboarded into a whole bunch of really cool stuff and a whole bunch of really cool relationships in it. Got me on the path to meet you two. So it's just been a great ride so far.
All right, guys. So you guys heard that, right? He is a pro when it comes to martial arts. So anytime you see Jason out there, you better be careful because he will karate chop you in your throat. So be very, very careful. No, I'm just joking.
Well,
anyway,
when it comes to protecting my investors, right, I literally take that to heart. So it's not just how I protect them as a TC. I'll literally protect them.
And that is why Jason is on our team. Jason has been with us for a few months now. Jason, about how long have you been with us at this point?
I joined you guys in October. I had a pleasure meeting you guys in October and haven't looked back.
Time flies. Time flies so fast. And so you are part of Sub 2 and you're part of Gator.
Right.
Okay. So Jason handles both Sub 2 and creative deals, or creative finance and PML and Gator and all of those types of deals. All right, Jay. So why don't you share with everyone our very exciting announcement?
Awesome. So we brought Jason on as a partner in Finish Line TC. He's been instrumental in helping us grow and gain traction in both the creative and non-creative side. And so we thought it was fair and right time to bring him in as a partner. He graciously accepted. We signed the dotted line today. He gave us a pint of blood, and we're good to roll.
I think you got access to my firstborn too, but we'll work that out.
Okay, we'll figure that one out.
Well, it's very exciting for me too, just to see like the team growing. I know that I've mentioned this before in like other videos. Jay started working with me as well as a TC, and then I brought him on as a partner, and now we have Jason doing the same thing. So it just goes to show you guys that there is room for growth in this company with us at Finish Line, and sky's the limit.
And I think that speaks volumes to both you guys as character as well, because it's not easy to give up a percentage of your company, of your baby, to say, hey, I'm each going to give up a percentage and give some of it to you. That's huge, and I don't take that gift for granted. So yeah, I'm going to continue to help help us grow. And I'm going to continue to make Finish Line TC Services a household name. So
awesome. We appreciate it, Jason. So Jason, you've been TCing deals for a while. Can you give us maybe like a little story time of a crazy deal that you've experienced? Anything like, suspicious or anything like that?
I always find that some of the craziest deals are usually with EMD, and it usually comes down to the seller and the buyer getting into a battle of who's going to cancel the contract and who's responsible, who's going to give up EMD. I had this one deal in Texas, and of course, we all know that Texas is a mutual release state. However, the seller, who was also the realtor who represented herself, was dead set on the contract that she was entitled to this $10,000 EMD. The borrower says, no, wait a minute, you set up this transaction as a cash deal. We've been telling you since the very beginning that we're bringing in a third-party lender, we're bringing in a private money lender to close this transaction. And then what ended up happening was that the property didn't appraise for what the asking price was, and then the private money lender pulled out and said, well, I'm not going to pay more than it's appraised for, so either you adjust it or I'm out. Well, the seller says, I'm not adjusting the price, so the PML said I'm out. Well, as you guys know, there is a third-party financing addendum out of Texas that says if it doesn't match the appraisal and they won't change the price, that the seller can get out and get their EMD back. Forgive me, the buyer can get their EMD back, and but the seller knew that, and she never signed that third-party document, and so they ended up going to battle, and they're still going back and forth. Now, here's the ironic part: is she has since sold that property to somebody else, so she got what she wanted from that property, and she's still fighting to not release that EMD. So it's kind of interesting. It looks like the borrower is going to get their money back, but it's just crazy how it's almost as if the seller knew she was going to get the EMD out of it, because she is a licensed real estate agent. She knew exactly what she was doing and how she was doing it, and the borrower had several calls with her via Zoom and recorded them all. So it's currently in the hands of an attorney, but it looks like it's going to favor with the borrower, so that the lender will get their money back. But it was crazy. I mean, we all thought once she sold the property, she would just walk away and go, okay, I'm good. I got what I wanted. You guys can have your 10K back. But she fought it to the bitter end. So
that's awesome. I mean, you bring a wealth of knowledge, to every transaction that you do. And it's unfortunate that happened, but I say it's awesome that you were part of this and that you're part of the team. Another thing that is really cool, Jason, you had mentioned that you're going to be leaving your W-2 very soon.
Yeah, that's the current goal, right? I mean, that's why we all get into a business, or we get into a side hustle. If you do it right, your side hustle becomes your main hustle, right? And so, fortunately, with being able to transaction coordinate and to be part of this organization now, and I'm launching my multifamily side of the business, where we're actually going this week to go walk a multifamily property in Texas. You start adding all those things up, and it just becomes a perfect storm of being able to walk away and do your own thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the W-2 that you're at, tell us a little bit about that and what you do there.
Yeah. So I have been a project and/or program manager since I got out of the military, pretty much. So since 2020, I have been a program project manager for a lot of my career was defense contracts, military aerospace, stuff like that. And what's really interesting is I've been able to draw a distinct line from managing multi-million-dollar projects to being able to manage a transaction. Because if you think about it, you have a set of deliverables, you have a schedule, you're managing risk, you're put together a communication plan because everybody's got to be involved. Those are all the things that go into managing a multi-million-dollar program, or a $500,000 or $100,000 transaction. It's all the same. So I really was able to transition into transaction coordination really easy, and it just so happened to help that I was my first client, right? I did my first sub-2 on a property I bought. I did my first wrap on a property I sold. And so it enabled me to just be a better TC, because I got to make the mistakes, or I got to learn. More importantly, I got to learn on the transactions I did for myself.
Yeah, and that's very similar to how I started. I was TCing my husband's deals first, and that really gave me the experience. And I get a lot of questions of people asking, how do I get started? Like, no one wants to give me an opportunity to TC their deals, but what am I going to do? Start with your own deals, guys. Mm-hmm. Be that that investor, take a chance, like submit an offer, start there, and familiarize yourself with contracts. Or if you have a spouse and they're the investor, offer to jump on their deal as well. Like, you know, there is opportunity out there, and that's a good place to start.
Yeah, and people forget too that the skills they have in a W-2 actually translates to running your own business. We just get so used to that hamster wheel. We get so used to reporting to somebody. We get so used to somebody coming and tell us what our next task is that we forget that all those skills it took to do that are the same skills that an entrepreneur does to run their business. The difference is they don't go ask anybody permission to do something, and they don't wait for somebody to come tell them what to do next. That's really the only difference. And then lastly, our ability to market ourselves becomes the key, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't sell the fact that I do transaction coordination. I sell the fact that I am capable to solve your problem. I'm capable of communicating in a way that you're probably not used to being communicated before. And I got this insatiable desire to make sure that, pun intended, your transaction makes it across the finish line.
Awesome. Jay, do you have any questions for Jason?
No, the only question I'd have is why be a transaction coordinator?
That's a great question, and I'll tell you, I actually started it kind of selfishly. Like I said, when the program came out and Molly announced it, I said, you know what, this would be great to do for my own business, right? I can transaction coordinate my own transactions. Then I understand what goes on behind the scenes. And once I understand it, then I can train somebody and turn it over to them. And then I got through the course. I started peeling back the layers of the onion, and I go, oh my gosh, there's so much information here. I can help so many people. And my philosophy has always been that in order to get my outcome, I need to help others get their outcome. And I found that this is a way to help so many people. And that's why I decided, hey, this has got to be part of my business. Now, the beauty is I met you guys, and you guys were light years ahead of where I could ever be at the time to start a business. I mean, I figured you guys were probably about a year and a half where I would need to be to have a successful transaction coordination business. So you made it easy and seamless to just move into a team, giving me the autonomy that I love of doing my own thing, but still being part of an organization that I can help grow and be a part of. And of course, look, the fruits of the labor is that now, I joined your team as not just a participant, but a member.
Awesome. Well, Jason, we are so excited about the future that this business holds. We're adding somebody else to the team is amazing. And our team of TCs is also growing. So you're moving on to that next level. And then we're also adding more transaction coordinators. And it's really cool because for some of you guys that don't know, we have transaction coordinators in multiple different states. So I'm in Connecticut, Jay's in Arkansas, and Jason, where are you based out of? Colorado, right?
I'm in Colorado now, but like I said, if I take down this multifamily, I'll probably relocate until I can get it up and running, turn it over to a manager, and then go from there.
Where's this deal that you're working on?
Right now, it's on the Gulf Coast of Texas, just north of Corpus Christi. So I think a worse place to be in the winter.
Jason, thank you so much for coming onto our podcast. We really appreciate you, and we will be doing more videos with Jason. Now, Jason, if anyone has any deals that they want to bring to you, how can they find you?
That's a great question. So I'm Jason at Finish Line TC Services if you want to email. My Instagram is Jason Bates Invest, and on there I've got a link tree that links you to our website and to my intake form. And again, it doesn't cost anything to get on a Zoom call and just let me show you how I provide value. At the end of the day, answering questions is easy and free. And then when it's time to get to work and I got to roll up my sleeves, then we start doing an actual transaction and we make sure that everybody makes money in the deal. So, I'm looking forward to that opportunity. And on top of that, just to show what a leader I am, Molly has recognized me as one of the TC regional leaders. So the beauty is I have this team to lean on. if I come across something that I haven't seen before, or there's a question I can't answer. So there's this team, and then I also have Molly Tennant and Ashley Mason that we all can lean on as well. So, we are truly a powerhouse, and I look forward to being able to find a challenge that, that we can't solve, and look for a solution.
Yes, I love those two women there. They're extremely knowledgeable. If you guys don't know them, or want to be a transaction coordinator, definitely join Top Tier TC. I highly recommend them. But Jason, again, thank you so much. And guys, if you love us so much and you love the videos that you're seeing and we're bringing value to you or someone that you know, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on the next video. Bye.